My name is Tylluan Penry. I'm a solitary pagan witch. I'm an author and the founder of the Wolf and Howl Press. And today's little chat was suggested by a viewer who asked about how do we meet the goddess. And I'm afraid I can't give you a straight answer to that. I can't say do A, B, C, and then you will meet her. Because in my own experience, which is the only version I can give you, in my own experience, it doesn't really work like that. What happens, I think, is that we connect in some way. And sometimes we connect deliberately. In other words, we've made an effort on our own part. And sometimes it's as though they come to us. So what can you do? I think my first advice is, well, make sure who it is you think you're connecting with. You need to have an open mind on this, because the very first time I ever felt myself connect wasn't entirely with the deity I thought I was going to connect with. And on occasions I've had deities come through that I really haven't expected. And they come through in different ways. You come through sometimes with a sensation of their attributes. I can remember having all these weird sort of sensations where everything would be about snow, fir trees, skis, archery. And I'd be sitting there thinking, well, what on earth is this about? Because my own background is initially in classics and also in the Anglo-Saxons, and this didn't seem to connect with any of that. But what it did connect with was an Icelandic Norse god called Ullur, and I hope I've pronounced that properly. I'm sure somebody will tell me if I haven't, which is fine. And he was the god of the snow, the skis, the fir trees, the archery, forests, things like that. So that was obviously where the connection was being made, and he had something to teach. And in my own experience, deities, higher powers, whatever you want to call them, they come into your life, they will teach you what it is they want you to learn, and then they're off again. They've got other things to do. In my experience, they're not going to linger around for the rest of my life. They're going to send somebody else if necessary. And that's the only thing I can say, is to keep yourself open to things, to understand that you may want to connect with a goddess, but you may actually have the connection made by a god or a half god or some sort of archetype, something you're not expecting. And then you have to be very open to it and see where it leads you. Pardon me. Because in my own experience, you are trying to learn. Your spiritual path is constantly about trying to learn. And when you're trying to learn, I think deities and higher powers come to teach you. They're not really interested in trying to punish you. And there's only a few that are interested in trying to make your life hell if you cross them. Sorry about this, it's a bit dusty. The dogs have been bouncing around on their beds. So yeah, that's the only thing I can say. Stay open to it. See where it takes you. See where it leads. Don't expect anyone to tell you how it works, because I don't think anybody can tell you that. Even when they've had the experience themselves, I don't think anybody can tell you. They certainly can't give you a formula for it. And that's important to remember. Be very wary of people who want to they want to take control of your way of working, particularly if you're a solitary. You have to be very careful with it. And if it doesn't feel right, the chances are it isn't right for some reason. And I really am sorry about all this coughing. I haven't got COVID, honestly. This is dust. I feel it. There's dog's fur everywhere. So please, don't feel you that's another one. Don't feel you failed if you never experienced that. The chances are you have actually had contact and you haven't realised it. And there's nothing wrong with that either. Nothing wrong with it at all. We're not in a race. We're not in a competition. We're not trying to make a big game of it. Nothing like that. Just enjoy your path. See where it takes you. And if you feel something is coming into your life, well, again, see where it takes you. See what you can do. Thank you very much for listening, especially to my coughing. Goodbye.